Yo abusia and that ye BÄYISɛm kakra because me catch your last week and he said this month the last 3 weeks because of where we are no facing the baby moon is facing no any the way stars no arranging the hono na star system nankasa the way omo yo omo hono. I feel we need to talk about natural abilities. Now to me kasa about natural abilities without talking about the ultimate, that is witchcraft. Now, menemo be bubu eni na ebeko mu 3 different episodes. Menemo beko first one na mama mu natural abilities, the spells you can cast with them. Now, fe menemo ako witch market, the trader ekoso because people say that and I me call poase na me koto away and I me call sunsumu wi asa me koto obi no for na me koto obi. How does it work and is it true? How does it work? How is that possible? By obi kasa okoho no mo no koto crystal we no fire no de baye and enu na mikite physically. How does that work? Sa operating system no ewo ho ahwan mu no mo ye responsibles and Bible announce sorry for taika territorial demons or taika familiar spirits. What are these spirits? And no what has these spirits got to do with witchcraft? And me per se yen caught witchcraft for 3 continuously 3 weeks. So who will be na ewua? Like I mean, you will understand this. And I will send some. I have started sending some letters and proposals also to higher authorities, maybe like from presidency to way now almost share a kind of fast form this as we are you better discuss it for 3 whole weeks no edebeko akodru enti and then no you better kasa about is Maame Grace a witch because of something and a cover situation way and now cover this conversation edeba topic is Maame Grace a witch, but yebeko witchcraft situations. Yebeko ho first. Na fe yaba behwe elemental accusers. Ni efriwa na yaba life is spirituality and now life is spiritual. Ti me no mo beko these 3 stages, but we are going to do this for 3 whole weeks. Mama will complete obibesi education about it, and I've told you last week that when we talk of witchcraft, I am the doctor. And as I am a professor, I lecture in classroom. Ntino enye fediagro. Abusia, recently I posted something on Facebook that caused a stir. I said that when people say things they don't know about me or gossip about me, I feel pity for them. Why? Because they might find themselves called to a meeting they cannot leave until the morning cock crows. Almost say akoko bi die ni madechie ne so ya otie onini ano opese akoko be ma no be kokuro ko ansa na opese wo kire se akoko oba no onim sa ade achia na ade nti na aya cock okroli the spiritual meaning and the spiritual significance den. So when I said this na nkrofo bisa a lot of questions abusia tie ewiase we ni won no ye wo dia one rent obetumi di aka bibia a wo pe but dem pese wote ase ne se sasem no efiri wo yam na eba a bomode ama ne ntwam enko wutirim ansana wama na gina ho kakra na adwen ho ansana amaja aba nipa bi ani wiase oso yote wiase onim nyansa na obeka se ma obi nka ne ho asem eno mpo de enye possible e kire se sebe kafra facha me osu ni mfaso bia cause de owudi ni yebo so to say nti enye ne sa ho but say Wobeka asema wunim. What am I saying? I'm saying that whatever you are doing, I don't care. But leave my name out of your mouth. That was the issue. So, assembly a upebi a ubetumi aka. But so be catchera will say, Ubekwa ko ye meeting. Na wuntumi nsan wachi mba. Kopim sa akoko bebon wa. Ase chere say akoko airborne. When they say cockroach, what's the meaning of that? The spiritual significance den na me bisa no enti se omo ka say na me be say wote ase say ancestral code so omo ka say na ancestral code enye just kasa because baby akukọ mma ni ho no pa say nkukọ mma na ewo ho no ade ye chen omo nsori mpia no ombe sori apie me ka asem we na chire no what happened next was unexpected and me who say me phone no office phone no na and the messages na bombarded. I received many messages from my spiritual friends at the school of witchcraft. Because me wa hone de na like me misua de misua ni totos ntino, and everybody loves me. Baby are enlightening people wono. Like what I mean to say is me call airport hills obi a bedo me because nipa na e wo honom no mo nse aso omachi. And they are the level, you get me, into omo bedo me. Baby and tokwa wopa mumfa ncheme baby ahiafo mumfa ncheme, but it's the truth because frustration ebema mentally no unye stable enti mumfa ncheme. But I had to say this, ukwa abrochire a baby wo ho abrofo no wo ho mo mpe bibini mpo wo ho mumfa ncheme na baby wo ho bibifo ne dose wo ho abrofo no nyina tu free ho unless what time na obeka say dey amike yenye nokore. The truth, omumpa bibifo ni bi na omo a get up there no, they don't want to live at a place blacks no edosun ho bebre. Truthfully, me wo frɛ me say me mesra wo abrochira broni bi wo ho no ma aka tem say wote ho a, I find it difficult to come. Mo fancha me is the truth. My opinion, I am entitled to it. Enti na afedi omo bombard me. Now some of them were eager for me to teach them this spell. Say then spell na woko casting. The one that caused gossipers to a meeting they can't escape. Sheye. Ye threat. Me insan say ade ntia. Me insan say ade. Never. There's a recent issue. Me fi school by and na omo kan say obi akoka bibi then so na me manager afefe for videos no na me lawyers so abemu ni ade they were just waiting for me. Me buy no e na me catch am so mo fama obi no investigating nipa no niam omo de bre me no na kire say wo ka say wo tackle sa de wo di nipa no be back down like obe finish no. So I'm like, she's just a small girl. I was 30 when she was born. Until you girls should let mumu de munjaino. Now monti I said let him go. Mean son say that's me. And when I complain because I am saying that whatever you are doing, I don't care. Like where you are, even your part is not even my part. Until they are making and say leave my name out of that trash. Until if it's a problem, you can do your worst. Because me, you can't ride on my back. The place is too clean. You get me? Inti afa me trust ade ne to wonom no be me nkrofo no mo si say na me say me ni hwe amekaba me fa ho na me de etichi surface baby kakra. The sad aspect is that in spirituality there is no friend, cause you can also be used because wonim wo de fa ho bobo nkrofo wo be hu no na mo be pia wa na mo use. No momo to wo frɛ mo phone po mo mfa. The same thing na wo so a wudi akire wo kasa na wahwe ho yie. Na me ka cho metufo. But I said no. Instead, I told them that I will use this opportunity to teach about our ancient African witchcraft. What did I say? I said ancient African witchcraft. And I'm taking this opportunity to send this message to all Africans, all blacks, that from today onwards, they should stop the insult by thinking that witchcraft is bad and that it chews meat and it jumps to the roof, it kills people. We should stop that village things. It's high time we stop that. It's time to remove the negative branding placed on African witches by King James in his Bible and his book of demonology. It's high time we revisit these books. If you are an African and you have a natural ability and you are watching me, it's high time. We should stop defending the fans and do the real thing. Because if not, we will be more miserable than we are now. Because all the frequency and the vibrations are changing and it is working against us. Because we have demonized every ability of a black man. So a black man is become a slave without a protector. Just say everything about us is bad. And the bad aspect of it is that we go so low to believe that our ancestors who were astronauts and scientists were killing goats. Who told you this? It's high time we revisit all these things. That man, King James, King James, one person has created a whole mess for a whole continent, the biggest and the strongest continent, with special human beings filled with soul and spirit. This man single-handedly is been able to cage our brain for his people. And we are here, and up till now, when we talk spirituality, it is blood. When we talk spirituality, it is someone chewing meat. When we mention witchcraft, it is all about destroying somebody's marriage, taking somebody's money, and so Bibia will two double-edged swords. Bibia will double face. Are you saying witchcraft doesn't have any better face or any good face? Who told you this? It's high time we revisit all these things. There is nothing like Beye or Renam. Listen to me, straightforward. Let's stop the Nkurasisem. Let's stop it. There is nothing like that. At the begwa, we should stop the insult. The insult we give to the witches. We should stop immediately. And I am sending this message. We should, every Ghanaian. And what hurts me is that the white people will fly to this place. No mako, which camp ho no mo no. Ewo northern region ho. No mo. Like we should work on these things at this era. Asofo bebrebe a mo wo kromu e mu nyina mo ntumi gather force na mo nkogu sa de na ewo ho no. Mo nkotutu be ye ni ma. If that's how you feel, you see how ignorant I am. Yen kan asem wo kromu ha. Because so kan ye be reinforce. O male So today, I invite you to join me as we explore the truth about witchcraft, its misunderstood essence, and the wisdom behind it. And no, me pese me new ekom. Na yeshe, a spiritual hour. Let's get into witchcraft. Let's do a BÄYISÄM kakra with Maame Grace. And the topic is Maame Grace a witch? I believed you, and I send you love, I send you joy, I send you strength, I send you joy, I send you wealth, I send you light, I send you energy, wherever you are watching me from. It's another episode. I wish you a nature day, baby. I will be any time. Abo ewo honu bia na akosika ene ne ba me na aye michiamu baby amowo. I learned say baby amowo no mo hwe by this time I na late wo ho, but in fact obia owo country bia all hwe me late. Yes e bi no mo hwe no 12 e bi mo hwe no 1 a.m. ewo baby a omowo no. I do appreciate you guys. I appreciate your time. Omo nso so a omo wa adwuma mu a na earpiece ni show mo asum na omo ni revelations, omo ni spiritual hour, omo ni time with Maame Grace na omo di ye adwuma no. I do appreciate you guys. I send you love. I send you love and I send you strength wherever you are, and I welcome you once again. Today we are discussing is Maame Grace a witch? Like we are BÄYISÄM. Na mama stages are and then no let's start with witchcraft situations. Throughout my presentations, I have referenced witchcraft many times and shared examples from history. But for today's discussion, I want to focus on 4 key situations of witchcraft. What did I say? 4 key situations of witchcraft. Obesity, Maame Grace. Now witchcraft so was situation. Oh yes. Yes. They have situations, and let's see. First, let's clear something up. Witchcraft is not an archaic practice. I want everybody to understand. No. It's not only African either. Enya ebibimem nko na be yewo. Fasade we fato wadwenim. Modern practitioners of witchcraft exists. Like those who love spirituality, especially China like this, businesses, they have every family, every house. It was small busumbi, I'm not talking about busum. If you be if you are in doubt spiritually, no, they work against karma. Into ube wa China wako fie bi emu a who say pool bi wo na tortoise wo na mad fish wo mu no. That in so ne wo say fie mu no, it cancels karma. That one maybe we'll talk about it one day. My country say school na ya make on ya mixed with people, all sort of people from different countries. Minya favor, they love me, inti minya mitumini nkrofono, didn't nkomo pesa wote asese be ye a cake. And be ye so enya Africa pe ene wo. Na ye wo modern practitioners and so ho. Modern practitioners of witchcraft exist, and its influence spans across continents. Some people claim that African witchcraft doesn't work in Europe. That is untrue. Enya no kore da. Opa to ya miska. Na ka kire me se membra ho be yobi. Na hwe se mfa. Ah? Besa wonso. The real reason is that King James, this King James man, Mr. Kokos, the same man who commissioned the Bible, created protections against witchcraft in Africa. This man, or ye demonology book ka Bible no Africa for and jeans or mobe read demonology book na ka ho. And almost saw Bible no mutwetwe na de na wo wiase e wa hyase ne awieye e de na wa ni me ni akire obibi ne dwen. The real reason is that King James, the same man who commissioned the Bible, created protection against witchcraft in Europe by publishing books and enforcing systems to disempower it. This King James man, ejuma odidi ye nie na de no ye no affect omo obibini no fa one side nti ono na affect no. Even embassies have spells and chant to block witchcraft from entering their premises. Omo aye wo ho enso me catch plane and them what ase witchcraft mu peyin pa na ye camera nti de betwa wage wo hwe nanim senya na agi wo honhom no afimu. Say embassy ukọ bebre nkrofo no motena wo no mo ye interviews ni bebre ye psychic sorcerers omo de sa ability we e no mo de boa omo adwuma na omo ye no. It's only in Africa and abayifo bia renam aya mintumi hu obatan bia wo ne ba opese ne ba ye yi ode ne ko school ye sei eye me nwanwa se be yi nku ade omo se obatan bia de ye ne ba ode se ne ba me hu sa IGP e ba be kwa ko wi ade a ne papa mfa ne power nkoyi no papa mahama ya ade a ne ba ya ade a ne papa mfa ne power ne nkoyi na ne Maame je mensa ne ba ya ade o mfa ne power ne mboa no only in Africa that will tell you that Maame ye bayifo a ode bekum just Africa be ye ni bone nko na ye mpamocho wo ahobrase ne asembisa. Why adenti na ye ayedwen sa enti no enda no ye discuss BÄYISƐM na ye bisa say is Maame Grace a witch and mama stages are ye film na the first stages are ye hwe no witchcraft situations am I remfi metwaso. Some lands and territories are fortified with spiritual shields. Aya men ye confused about it. Omo to me ka say bank ho mercury wo ho enti no na protect sika na sunsun bi to me kohwim sika no. We've heard this. So omo to gold kro omo de mercury no omo di som eche di bom enti it is believed say niame wo honhom wo achire no say when to me amfa bibia ground na and an energy can pull it. Entina make a say tie whatever you are doing to boss in-depth knowledge about it, it will do you a lot of good. There are things that would the grande these energies have powers. Person what I say ebe to me move first nepa num to me sha de senya nam je mani moving no asofo bom paye maame se sa de ni nyeni nyina no se nya asema na nka ma frekwata mom anso me yo kristoni mapa me see Jesus ben de me fie no beda enti me nsa so nsa ya de enti me nye omofe yet Despite these measures, African witches played a monumental role in fighting slavery and colonialism. They did so well. We don't celebrate them. Na de ye bodi nkura na asemasi. Yen san be celebrate wonka ho. Na de ya me be ka kura de obeka se omo be ka se sese de enimu ada o so abayifo nti opre chance ama abayifo na se me pre chance ama abayifo na metimi gada abayifo 20. I am telling you the things we will do in airport. And komu yina komu be fashion. The forgotten heroes, African witches. A time we celebrate the African witches who fought against slavery and colonial oppression. As part of the ongoing diaspora returns event, I am proposing this. I'm going to write all the letters I can. If I write and they don't care, a child will come and realize that this woman did something and someone somewhere will come and continue. Because we never thought to say, you best celebrate the year of return. Yeah, there will be a pushy and a draw. A time will come, I be pushy and a bedrow. It's because the ability is not itself, umpono. It's not in existence because ya ne poto, I ne chaka. Nothing is happening. Until we are going to write things to propose this and see. This is an official call to action for President Mahama and Auntie Jifago Mashi. Ononoye Minister of Tourism now. And I am begging my board or my managers my management to get through to her with letters because I would love to meet her. I was watching her when she was in one nafti ne de keke kahono na ye share was screens so now or her or ye na idea. I would want to talk to her, but may send this official call to action for President Mahama and Auntie Jifago Mashi. I'm asking for national support to organize an etheric celebration honoring African sorcery and witchcraft. I know it won't sit well with some people. These are some of the things I'm going to do. Inti na mo bre. Mo tu natural abilities guye. Ena mo ko fa mo bani nwia. Ha. Boba ni dua ne kora wo ye ne sahwi ni umu anka wontumi nkoye, but ade e wo mu na ebe o papa na ade bia ye without you. It's a foreign or a strange material that can react when you try to immerse yourself with it. So I am calling out these people to, and everybody who feel what I'm saying makes sense. You can also write a letter. We will attach to it and make this move. And if you are a minister and you are watching me, na ya fra wo maame bayifo pen. Ya gu maame ani ma se pen. Ubetumi aba na wabe join force. We want to work and understand why they have witches camp ye place you omo. So omo place you omo, what are they doing there? Omo families wo he. And then omo kan omo to me convince omo sa. The little research I may na say nye mra na eya ahemfo no rules and regulations. Inti no human rights for no. And then omo ye about this. Ana eyo hene right say odi nkrofo egu baby. We will get deeper into this. That is not what we are discussing, but I'm just putting this also in front of you, those watching us. Ebi mu maame ani megu ase. Ebi ani megu ase because ye from so mo ya bayifo. Enkola bebrebe won natural abilities to Africa. Who nim now start say me hu any atamo akoso for no so for na bompa ya ma so we bayifo. Recently there was a lady in my office. Me hwe na nimu din na me hu say onene maame nkasa ye for 3 years. Enunti obebre time. Na me hwe nanim di na mbisa ne se adenti na wo ne wo maame wo mu bra wa bre na wo ne wo maame nkasa for 3 years o se na obeware guy bi e na guy no ode ni ko ofie na guy ne ko ye wan ba bi ode guys 3 crowd omo ko fie na ne maame chi omo pa guys ne ko a omo mba biom ti na sofo ne ka kire ne se ne maame ye bayifo nti mo onko ne maame ho biom ne maame nkasa biom rararara nti na me se okay nti ujaye no se wo no maame nkasa 3 years ni wa ware ana o se da bi wa wo ana o se da bi na me se so what's the point ujaye wo maame na ono ne kasa still your condition is the same, so how do you think o point ye den na mama na me wo no no mama e bre nti me yese na ka chen say you were giving your mother 200 cedis a month 3 years ni unfa ma ne da bi una ne nkasa aso da Even if it's a loan, kwahwehwe na call Maame ona fa say sika no come na the money we pay bra. Ade a wo hwehwe na I will show you how to get it. Na me yi ni si abonten. Enti me bisa o. Adan in Africa be yi nko a. E na to me reduce it to this extent. Ne maame de be yi age ni sika, ne maame de be yi na ware no, or de be yi ne ataje na wo de bia senya na yete. I am waiting to see somebody na menya find informations about it. Wabo be ye no do all sort of things. Na menya videos I will make a media me a history maker. I will make another history in Ghana. Obi be some say history be no me make. Ada me come ho asem no beti. This event would spotlight how African witches aided Dr. Kwame Nkrumah in soliciting spiritual support for Ghana's independence. And no so ye be hu I am not mentioning names yet, names of the people yet, because I'm working hard towards it. Medikaya culture say me, baby, I'm a That's why I'm saying that if you feel I am your competition, you are a joke. The reason being that I'm not doing anything you are doing, you know. I am a spiritual visionary. Now my vision is to make sure that we have African saints. Akweside, Hobochocho, all the festivals, no, we've turned them into Christmas, Easter, Valentine, and the rest. The disaster na see was stadium, disaster na see was circle, no, we've turned them into something. Ya ade astrologers ni ya maniama keka ho, ya who date ni frequency, what happened? Na ya establishing ni yesi na yesi sa oye ne no ano. So you see why I'm not doing what you are doing. I'm not on your path. Oh. Mensom bosom na mensum nyame biso. Mensom me ho na me catch us wo so wo ho. If there is anything I want to do, I am saying Africa is a whole continent. There is no land, there is no continent than Africa. No, let's create feet for Africa so Africa can stand again. This is what I am doing. So you see, I'm not on your path. So what I'm saying is that some crofo we no omo ka Kwame Nkrumah ho na oye niama mo even celebrating nipa aboa mo nko baby a. It will highlight the historical significance of African spiritual science and its role in shaping our destiny. Say you to meet eba from ni ebe hwe say niama we a. These are things that we can do for us ourselves as black people. If given the opportunity, I will provide evidence. Me na make a pure downloads. If opportunity is given, I have evidences. I'm not just talking. I will provide evidence and thorough research to show how these practices contributed to our liberation. If you feel you don't, if you think I'm joking, call me. I don't want jokers to call me. I want people who will contribute to this vision. Na obehu enkrofo a omo buaye Kwame Nkrumah ji omo tumu a omo ye se niama we. If you are worshiping your Jesus, I don't have a problem. I don't care. It's your Jesus. If you are worshiping your stone and your giant and your nenchie and your animals, I don't have problem with you at all. We all have different paths, and this is my path. I am creating a path or a road for generation. I'm not doing any miracle for people to get stuck on this 3D world. And now in this 3D world. So just know my path. So nima and then when me path. It is ya ma ye ho kwan we are able to me say frame. Mupa me mamu in totos. Reason I'm not putting any name out here yet because I have all these him that when they sit me down, I will give in total research, I will give in total downloads, everything that I will give names beginning to end for Ghana or Africa to know that there is nothing like the witchcraft you people are talking about. I've said it multiple times. This age, this era, don't know what is called witchcraft, not to think of knowing how to practice it. What you are portraying out there, say a witchcraft, it's a big fat lie. It's an error. Me na me can't wait. Me body yet because I want to get into this properly. I will change. I have intentions of doing all these things. I'm not going to sack anybody. I am pure African with African spirit boiling inside of me, preaching liberation. I am so focused. I'm not even confused. So if you also want African liberation, these are some of the things. King James, one man, he has divided a whole continent with people with natural abilities that can move the unmovable. And we are sitting here and we are pampering Bible. I'm not saying throw it away, because even the keys and the codes in the Bible, you people don't know how to use it. 90%. I'm not saying everybody. So this is what I'm saying. Come and let's have a conversation about this. Okay, you best stop it, all the Western celebrations, no? Na yankasa. Osha spiritual hour. It's Maame Grace a witch. We are doing a BÄYISɛm today. And we are talking about situations of witchcraft. Dia make ka ye ni na de eye niama a ehye me so ana ewo makumim. But we will get there one day. All these videos will speak for itself in ages to come. But for now, let's continue with today's topic, consciousness redirection. The first situation of witchcraft is called consciousness redirection. Tienye, I recently discussed this on a show with Nufialaga. We talked about how elderly people, as their physical senses weaken, often develop etheric sense. Medical culture last week. Until this ego goes down, and the consciousness knew a whole lot of battle to do. It is the ego that will make you hear. Say, asema nipa yi ken eyo no kware. Nanso so no nipa ni so. Ope say will prove a point. Until you will say all sort of lies. People will push you to dirty your hands, not me. These heightened senses allow them to see and hear from an extra dimensional perspective. Why is every witch an old woman? And I say old man. Adentia. Ye maame wu ya ye nyina ye wo fie wo ye twa aduane ni gubo kasem ni ye nyina ya tena ho adidi. Obi anya bayifo da. Ye nyina ye nyi ye ni ye nyina ye abayifo. Me bi sasa ye abayi na firi hi na eba. At which age na bayi ni start ye activated ema operating me nipa ni tumi we na me nipa moja. Eno na me pese mi hu no. At which age? Obi aye bayifo, obi aye say, obi akwaha, obi abaha. At which age? That is what I'm asking. Mibisa o, sa question we na mibisa. So onipa bi enyi na oya abrewa pa oye bayifo, wo si tutu a oye bayifo, wo si sechi a oye bayifo, wo nan ya wo ya oye bayifo, abayifo nyina aye mbrewa. Mibisa sa adentia. Is it because at that time the power of the body is gone down, the jacket is weakened, this world has left them? At that point, they don't care about car, they don't care about house, they don't care about ntoma bebrebe because ontumimpo movie. At that time, they've entered into other dimensions. The reason was when you dementia, what he or she is saying at that time is out of this world. You don't understand her or him, and he also don't understand you. So you feel onipane is suffer dementia. It's actually dimensional. The person has shifted. The ego has dropped. The power of this jacket is dropped. At that time, the senses is focusing on etheric. And that's it. Do satam nan yesi omo ya abayifo. In simply put, if somebody has etheric abilities or strong abilities from the either way round in the pair, ye wodinya ye different. Mi bisaw adenti na abayifo nyina eye mrewa ene nkokora abofra kra ye de kwa ye no ebebo mpa ya ma no ye de na koto fie ye nkasa abofra na ye say how many children ye chi ebinum nkola tese wo mother no ye ignorant na obemu obi akasa asem natural. Since when? Na natural abilities ebe evil. So when you and I say well, it's not a dementia and sickness, it's a flip. It is called dimensional. Obroni ni mnyansa we. Inti ne maame nya sa de na odene ba akoto baabi no ama obi te no ho na ohwe no. Yenya ye bonde. Obibini enwu ndada mu mpro. Enye Yesu. Kefie no ba ye nyina ye timade kye a obi afre ni nua. Aduane no mo no abom no mudi. Na King James be ka kire o se bayiye. Na busunya ewia simple so be wo power wo feel the power ni protective fie no physically. Into what makes you think says a woman me ye bayifo na ye bayifo ntumi fa anya hwe muawo adwen be nie pese me bisa mo because Solomon ye say demons na bo anama ni si dan nti woman me de o ye bayifo a ontumi use ni baye ni fa mbo ama fa anya hwe Udwin we hu. Mr. Udwin hu. Into dementia is not sickness. This is not witchcraft by itself. It becomes a craft. Se meka se obi anya dementia ne sa niama na eno nya beyiye no itself but enya witchcraft like eno no ye me kire wo tumi ni ba bi a eforo se wo honam ba fom a ena tumi ne foro ekosoro. It becomes a craft when one learns to manipulate events in the physical world using their etheric senses. Eno na abaye witchcraft. So which ni ability no na or the year you man not or the crafty baby. So to my say just like I do my downloads. When I do the downloads, I put them together as editorials and give them to you. Inti na make a say you can use my editorial for Ajana 1, Ajana 2. I don't care, but if you try to claim ownership, unya baby obeda. My di ka catch say krom han mo bi obeka so ye editorial na or ye theories ni bi a author or no, my catch row feels also yeah, you can come and let's share. Me catch row if you think what I'm doing here is a joke. It has a whole copyright. So that now na blabby one media chow, but my lawyers and my people will not forgive you if you do pim. Because when I saw the holes in you, I was like, oh God. But like I said, my hands don't destroy. Means some say that. No, we are not going to do that. Enti so binya etheric no enyama no wo ho na or practicing it physically then it becomes witchcraft. For example, Maame nka wo de meka we. For example, to say ebia obi a strike you obi with ghost. Obi there are things people do and a be friend in samantwentwe tio. A friend samantwentwe e de ba nipa no so. Inti se adekunu friends amantwentwe e de ba nipa no so a na ebi wo ho no ma bon se yesi maami we ohini we ni na ase atata yesi ne nananom asoma aba no so because koko asem bi na wadie ebi wo mo se we no di obi ade na nipa na we hear this a lot especially in Akan lands. Yeti say yesi we no wakotena konwa so nananom amfa ama no na senya ye no e na san ade no enye which ni na ye abayifo na esama so san mo samon se samantwentwe edema sankrofo no. So if I should be working on obia or what's that situation normally e ba ne say ye many pani into me nkasa na wa start no ho but ya limit all these things ni say ye eduabo. Okay, in case I should work on this no etherically ghost no omo yes amantwentwe no omo baby a wo kasa omo ntepe se wo pese omo free nipa no mostly no sometimes wo be fa nipa ni grave so anwea now they aye bi or se wo pese mo ye negotiations na wo kire ni bibi mo no akoya sa direction no wontumi fa ama nipa no ewo wo ti so ne walk to the middle of river muko dinin so finfin no wa ma the direction so onkoye because those ghosts no ma yes amantwentwe no they have their memories inti bi omo wo sumunu mu ti dia obeka bi omo te enya no ne ye ne I'm telling you how you can use natural abilities to obetumi apeke etheric information like the witch no ankasa eno ode sa to me ni be load information from etheric and wo practice na craft no aba beka ho no bi na make kire no. All this information I just gave you, you can only download it. It's not anything in anybody's book. Say wo pese wo kan osama ho asama na mo negotiate bibi na do koye no na e kan no kwa. Wo gina so de dem mo bompa but nti na ya mo bompa ya mo ho ya mesiri no. A lot of you people mo de mo anu create problems ma mo. I'm telling you, who want to pay? Can you? Ha! Now the bad side of it, they say, you be territorial demons, you know. You do one of my ube. Not so for friend, I command every. Can you? Obia woni dwelling o minia. Obia woni dwelling. Obia is ruled by rules and regulations in this universe. So who are you? Ha! What to me apam mo ewo ewura mu nyina so mu nyina merafi. When to me there na kire say and ukọ nwura mu okochi bi koye whatever ba. Uduru nwura mu a omo twe omo ho ma because omo temra ase. Otwe ho a omo ba. So nipa ani lion kra ehia obedwane. Eyesese ni mani abi abro so na mo so mu de omo nyina be fie na wanwe wo ba. Mfensi hwe ya na me nkomanim. And these are some of the natural abilities Wo be handle such case. And no, you can only download it etherically. And then which no. So when I use it on you now, we free and then craft no. For example, every physical situation has two outcomes. These outcomes can be accessed in the etheric realm before they happen. And is this thing is in your Bible, ebusia. Or say what the spirit conceives gives birth to the physical. Bible no aso asakom. Or say onipa ntimi nye biribi aje ye defisro amanansa. So how did witchcraft became evil? A person with enhanced etheric senses can observe these outcomes and manipulate the energy to create their desired results. Whatever you are doing, be careful. Whatever you are doing, be careful because microphone will ombe to me at nature asha no my obone kwa. Ewiase na yete na ye niam tu so obi onim saa ki no obetumi ase wabrabo. Obetumi ase wabrabo nti ye careful because ewiase ni nyina ye sea defense any land defense. Nti obi ni made obetumi, for example, if event be sesia na obese we bibi sesia, when you go to the sea you will find sea tortoise, and when you come to the land, sea tortoise were a lot of blood, plenty of it, and when you come to the land, kwakwa debi doesn't have blood in it. So if I should cut kwakwa debi ti na me de koshe sea tortoise ti so na me de sea tortoise ni ti no de be she kwakwa debi de na me bury in a box. I can hold the whole thing to a halt. And energy. That is what we are here to master. That is why I tell you that where the ankh is cool, but master it. So when we say eniyama we na nkrofo ye na ye mfa ye de ne nye bone, it's not about carrying any shrine. Oh, it's their business. I don't actually have a problem. But I'm telling you the real thing that is sitting inside of you. Why you ignorant about it? Whatever. There is no tree bigger than you. There is no spirit higher than you. You are a spiritual being. So what's the point here? I know you don't think Boba anywhere. If we don't go back and start to learn these things, near Jina on say a bear concert. This brings us to a common accusation. Obejejewa na mekano. Obejejewa no the work fe ekromu awu asofo bebre ahwe ase because nkrofo bi no mu jeje omo amomu break omo so contract. They didn't have the keys, they were just making noise. If you don't take care, somebody will just use you. Or the be manipulate honom no wabo ewuremu no okọ. A lot of things are happening now. Enye bibi esi bibia o. Obi no wesua how to manipulate energies. That is why what we are here for. You manipulate energies to have your way to your ascension. A witch has seen a child star and caused their illness. And until na ya na mwanini bi abro so amehwe mo ana ya emwa na ye fun aye kese sen ye twa ne photo minua onipa dasani owo wiase na brabo mu nsem nyina ye 1 hour before the birth, after the birth, 2 hours in the chambers, carry bibia. Now these things ni intact when the child is in the stomach. Into which I will you not abontia. Meaning say nipa nuntina which I will you not abontin because if not, they will say it's a lie. But who are you here? Can you please anybody in this life? In this life, those who love you don't need an explanation from you, and those who hate you, you can explain tire. They no go believe you. So what's the point? I will try with you nara. Abegu efe bedru baby na abofra ni ti nani. Now when I'm hospital, now we could show off one day has cost you entire life. Nina when you're bedding. I swear, what are you? What's the point? Nkrofo with natural abilities they can. Ebi mu ohodoma e koma diomwa na make an ebusu ebi amiensa wom. Wo so ye be phone to nhwe nti e koma ne de no be rewa roma. Learn sense. I have done Kraken of Marriage 1 and 2 after this episode. So one share you can go and watch and learn. These are things I yensia and any ye bre ni money hunu. I'm telling you. One anano nimwe or say about owa men nanti esum no so. And yes, obabeko sabe private black. They knew what they were saying. Or say akola on these 7 days amemo obi a mesra no de asrambe ye no munim. Said there are traders. Next week, God willing, we will do witchcraft market. Now be huni ekoso obi a can't trust okoto nipa 9 betu obi 9 so no wade edi. But the way it is done, ube hu na enye power bi obi wonko a obi a wobi. It's just that ye thrown aside. Ye master. We don't know why we are here. It means someone redirected their consciousness to see the child's potential future. Into consciousness now will chase you. Be careful. They manipulated the energies to bring about one of those futures. This is the power of consciousness redirection. We it me now aswa obado. Now the ne kwakola no hu niama kan say oba na bon. Wako say no wako ya come manipulating. Ni say abofre ya sesa abofre wo no look at the way the child was growing. E dey na wo de call ye dey no mo ye. Ye ko wo a ye nye hwe eno ane say yakọ aborofo we they don't do that o obroni eni bie ye no na okata ne huhum ani na ye bibia say ebi wo ho mo hante natural ability akola ne to waka ishi no mafa they manipulated the energies to bring about one of those futures. Obefa the papa na ewo ni mu no. This is the power of consciousness redirection. Obedani asemneni ahwe baabi. O say memfa kola ni mpie until so wenya 7 days. Na afi omu dware no na o ma chichiri dompe na omo de abọ ne nsa na omo de dompe bi atunsuo num na omo abubo ne hire preventing all these negotiations ne say be koso abofra ne life mu ani bia mamo agyaye say muto baby oil lesi market nipa 1 million etwa ho ahia with bad energies ukoto yeso a wo ba ya na wo de ba abofra no ho tetete we hu ba kama say hwede awaye I handled an issue akola ni nya appendix so say bibi something like that na omo koye no de omo eba omo boss ni mu no na omo koye ni surgery na omo ye surgery ni wie na fa akola na de ni nsori biom a lot of negotiations happen and yes said the amoka ni say obi akoto obi nam no we no it doesn't work like that and I will explain for the 3 weeks here where we will do this in a grand style makacho say me doctor or professor when it comes to this kind of things enti mami attention kakra we na wona nanom nim I know people are obetumi adware oba na wasesa abofra no obi ohonum a osa obi bakeke osa no ana o ma ne bibi aduane o force na odi ya na abofra ne hu fam what happened there are people who rules and holds powers in certain places ti dia wo ye no hweniye why minua hweniye pa we call this the power of consciousness redirection. Now let's look at elemental accusers. The second situation of witchcraft involves elemental accusers. You've heard me speak about soul contract and elemental sins. Yeah, yes, our episode. You know what one should you can go and watch. Yes, a better thing. Elemental witchcraft ensures that natural actions align with a person's soul contract. Imagine this scenario. Me ba betiro bibi no wahwe. Say adibi wa o kan ni pesre. Me say me. Ha. Ese me do famra kwan so me do be famra kwan so. Say me pa wasema na maka madwen atro. Leave this. Don't do this to me. I'm done. Say me say me ma ya frɛ wo meeting. Ya wo be ko meeting. Now before the cock crow, you will understand the vibe. Yet also, me ma scenario be your soul contract is like the Constitution of Ghana. Witches act as lawyers or parliamentarians who interpret this constitution. Now, let me tell you something. The last time, no, me the prison, any cells, se wo no, any jina homa wo body no as ntade no na ye wo jacket no honam na wotimu no na ye wo prison no nti na honam no so wo cells ewom the same way a prison no so what cells ewo ho nti me the body no e di gina ho e de ma as prison say structure na omo ye no ni sa program no they looked etheric na omo de nipa body no e na de yes ade no wo ho nti na prison for wo jacket atade omo hye na omo wo se jail ho ye body ni mu e na omo wo cells e wo jail ni mu just like ye jacket ni ye honam no na ye ti nipadua ni mu as jail no na afe ye wo cells so e wo ye nipadua ni mu no omo fa wo ho and I'm now telling you this with every confidence with my 2 feet on the ground. The law firm, this system, ni parliament, ni BBI is also is set etherically how witchcraft operates. The reason you see black and white there, this is spiritual knowledge. If Obiso on Tiasea, we can explain this to you. Enunti saying na hono so eye adwuma no efa. Enti hono no so no there is a judge. Who is the judge? I will explain. There is a lawyer. There is a bailiff. There is a bailiff that once you people call territorial demons. We have bailiffs in the realms of witchcraft kingdom. No, we have bailiffs. Into every setup you see, from parliament to court, it's a witchcraft setup. You are miserable to think that witchcraft is about chewing meat. Ole, obey knowledge. Femodi, honey, watch obo. No bana, no ba fine. Oh, yes. So that is how it also operates. We have lawyers, we have judges, we have parliamentarians, and we have those who interpret this constitution. Your spirit is the judge. Get this. Or speaker of parliament. If you gossip about someone or falsely accuse them, you commit an elemental sin. Witches in your family or another family may take this matter up in the etheric court. One no na wo no eye wo dia wan rent nti dia opa bia betumi dia ka ado de wan no e kasa no se nipa na de wo physical court a wo be kwa lawyer ama na kasa ama wo ai but odu gina ba bia wan kasa po wo so da ya wo nkai po. Not to think of controlling your dreams, not to think of knowing how to manipulate whatever. Enyama bebre ye nya ye nim baby efiri o me na me ka kire wo se before doesn't have your time for those small things. Wa master obe mafia nipa beba be wada wo so na wankasa wo be hu se wotie nkrofo ano ma wa ha wo ho ti before obe rante wano na wo follow na rante wano no you have to check your balance. A lot is happening. I'm telling you. We are talking about witchcraft. And right now, we are discussing elemental accusers. Me who or wa okoka obi a wa friend okata and say, hello, I'm coming to bite you. Or wa ube hu pam. No wa ka venom no di gu mu a hu baby o fa yepo. Na wo na startish. Sa na ebi no mote ye. Nti wano no run no why? Because one on the open I'll be to media can. For example, let's say you gossip about Maame Grace, spreading untruth about her. Like I said, over to me the episodes now, over to me the editorials now, Ajana to try to claim ownership and see. Social media have dates. I didn't think I be no to mean, okay, I know you cannot read or type. The reason you want to dwell at where you can run your mouth, that's okay. But social media have date on every video. So be wise enough and cross-check. Now, later, your child faces job loss and spiritual attacks. What happened? Then a witch from Maame Grace's family or your own family may have called for justice to maintain the balance of natural law. They have power, so they can call for things to happen. Una wa me komade omo na omo real na wo fo se be ye ade boni. Ye ti se nipa ni bi didi asofo ni bi atam e ma omo o se be pa me cho o se be kasa kire me se wan kasa ye twintwantwe tie nipa no. Social media ekum e serious. Also unko your children will be in trouble na no na ye ha me no. Your children will be in trouble. Before you start running, we love your children and we love ones. No, Jiomo, and son, what run one. Now, one for one or two problems. Because when a witch want to show you pain, on bad would direct or be call bad way for so the pain be call and this is also in your Bible. Let's read it. In Proverbs chapter 25 verse 18, I read, it says, a false accusation is as deadly as a sword, a club, or a sharp arrow. So what is a false accusation? I am saying that me, whatever you are doing, I don't care. I said, leave my name out of it. This is what you have to address. You get me? And it was so pathetic that what you claim you are coming, you can show people those things. Me, I'm beyond you. I said I was 30 years before you were born. Now we don't sit here and brag. When they talk properties, ask them. I own GPAC group of companies. So what Jini double. You get me? I forgave you because I see you as my second child. You and my second child are the same age. So when I saw the holes, after the investigation and everything, I'm like, because I don't do these things. When you insult or gossip about someone, you open yourself to spiritual repercussions. Especially as someone who can intra. Now intra ye channel confidence. Intra ye channel confidence. Reason poor areas, no. Ntokwankwan no poor people who here for na eko. Nti ade papa bi entumi nkoso area on tronkwan ho ya. Airport Hills. Nobody is playing anybody's musical. The kiosk na tinti na obo sa anyom no. If you are living in a proper serene area, tape. I'm not saying don't play it, but you make noise. It's not cool. It will drive positive energies away from you. And so when you lie about somebody, this is what happens to you. They will trade on your soul. It's like a poisonous something. I would about a deadly, a sword in a wafraba will come so. A better wakumim. Now let's look at life is spiritual. You are watching Spiritual Hour with the Goddess. Aye. Let's look at this. Life operates on spiritual laws. Eliminate lies from your life. It's one of the most dangerous traps you yourself will be trapped on. Everything you say or do can be used against you, cause and effect. For instance, if you insult your mother and she curses you, even unintentionally, it becomes a case for the witches to debate. Me catch me say wo maame wo no emsuo paye ene firi wo ba ye se nsuo ye nkwa na wudi ade na chi ba na odi ni moja to aso na ye twa ofunu ma wo ni furu ma so. Be careful what you do to woman o. I'm telling you, so say tears bia wa ha. Wa bra bo na so ten. Abeka tro so maame ye bayifo nti wo mfidi no wo kọ. Go. Na obeba be miti wo mita wo ho. Wo maame pai ni suo gu so adue. Ebia na wo maame ni po ye ignorant no ko. These witches will hold it. Tina say social media is a business place for witches. Your ignorance now will show with social media it will put you into serious trouble. Minim say see no de sikani bere na bamti aso na sisi tutu onipa bi afo a wontie. Obi ehun fa sika nko da. Ade bi enye ya wo wi ase so obi ekum. If I fall, na e happen say ye me ame course fine. Ba wo untumi mame tofom da. Na abeyifo take you advantage. Sanyama we na abeyifo yo. So if you feel so abeyifo we na ma is a lie. They are a whole force. We call it natural ability. There is no deity, there is no power than witchcraft. So we just don't know the reason we feel so omo nam no omo ji awode na omo ji aware ode den. They work with the cosmic laws. So what are you saying? They may argue for your soul contract to be altered to reflect this sin. Me, I have seen a lot of people gone down in Ghana. I am in boss who didn't come on, I can't. nyansa nipa ehunti na obi agege wa na de wa ba form flat minim nyansa nti mekasa me modi nda njimi ye nyansa papa. This process happen in the blink of an eye in the etheric realm. Adena ye mra na omo ahyehe o. Nti I say ya set camera si abrochire wo koka ne ko je speed na utwa beti ane kpra. Ya ahyehe ni desi wo. Nti no we twa no de wo court, but their effect on your physical life can last a lifetime. Practical advice. Me de be ma wo no me pese wutie ni yie. We nya hunehune ye nyansa na me kire wo no. Because me na me catch up me say under circumstance no ni nyansa dey so nobody no nyansa ni bi ani wiase. Obeji na social media didi obi atamabo ni di. We Jimmy, facha me. You lack sense. So I'm like munjai. Osa. Now, the awuye bia no bi befa no be ye bibi wo ho. Wenji na ya na omuntumi nchirase omusi wuko uni obi koda wo mfichire uni obi koda wo nsuo mu ni. They are just saying that you don't know the witch that operates there. Now, let's look at the practical advice I have for the public, the wise ones. Be mindful of your words and actions. So who chantra, who gossipia, in fact, at least tell the truth. Gossip and false accusations carry spiritual consequences. I'm telling you. Build good relationships with your family witches. Very important. That is your spiritual lawyer. You don't know, huh? Me say when you show me ne yeso maame ye be fonti na ne nkasa maame aye wade na aye wo ya wo de fache na woni ni make peace. Sometimes ntokwade bi wo ho a wonya wo maame hwe no ne wo ku wonti ase ntia. Me na me katro me say wonti ase ntia. They can serve as your lawyers in the etheric court. Eni obi he omo katro so ye be fo a wo de hwe no. Said ye wiase nipa e show power no. Sa na ho so mu show power. So bi be fofoforo be ku anya ne wo fie ho no. Me na me ka me kire wo. Se wiase power mpo hia wa enye sa e ho tumi no. Nti Ghana bayifo na mo se mato o mo aguso o mo we nam nti mo mbodi mpo. They are the reason you are suffering. Because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, okay? And I'm a boy, and a Bible kind, but principalities. There is no principality stronger than witchcraft. A witch. And to the ono maame nyaka, because oye bayifo, uni obi ya nyaka, na be ye to me won eduane nsuo ne mbo ba bi ni bisa. Me na me ka me kire wo. Uni muntia, abusuya. Abusuya bi amiensa wom, ye patro se be ye ni bi wom. Mo de ye na we munim mpo. You don't care. Mama koma we na wadane kwa winsani. Obeton mu nyina de ato aduane edi. Avoid engaging in spiritual warfare without understanding the forces you are fighting. Unima unim. Na make we nya hunu na me tufu. Remember the Akan adage. If you act rashly without seeing what lies behind you, you will fall into trouble. So what did the wrong? Witchcraft is not what King James made it out to be. It's a lie. That man, coming who is and come to never court. It's a balancing force of nature. A tool for maintaining harmony and justice. Because a full consciousness, you can't manipulate it. It's not, it's etheric. You cannot manipulate it. As we end today's presentation, ask yourself, who speaks for you in the spiritual realm? Who's it, Jesus? Who's it, Jesus? No wala. Why do you always pray and fight yourself? Who fight abosum? Why? Sit down and sleep. Jesus will do it because that is what witches do. So when we share Kraken of Marriage 1 and 2, I go and watch and understand how the negotiation is done. Are you creating harmony with your words or you are inviting chaos. Say yes, real. Listen, that spiritual person also belongs to a family, okay? She's limited. She doesn't control the whole world. I'm telling you. So follow and rant. Drana jo anu wada etu nkrom. So wa wonim so etu nkrom. Wada etu nkrom. Oni power po de be negotiate ama. Nti ne yina ye wo family ye wo mu no. Enye dede hunu. Tifa wa brabo no. Fato chacha. Wate. Ono maame nya aka. Na ya fa asofo ne ene omo kware ne ya fa nnamfofo ne de kware. Me maame mbedware me ba na ma wo no no na emu mmeko pani. Ebedware no. Ede apam na ane ne wo. Is it a mistake you were born into that family? Ha! Monwo asiri o. Monwe ho. Let us embrace our ancestral wisdom. Ano na me de ma wo. Honor the truth about witchcraft. Upewumpo say netie enye said ya woka no no, and walk in harmony with nature's laws. You can't escape. Obi ani ho. Anka Jesus on kwhwe Mary yem ya wo so muso ye nyame ade wan fisura metofom. Next week we will talk about your war gecko and monitoring spirit as well as witch market. Ye beko dwom ho. Ya kwhwe war geckos for no. Na ya hwe monitoring spirit, territorial demons ne na me botuo territorial demons, familiar spirit no de ye adwuma. We will expose all this to you next week. We are talking about BÄYISÄM. I've told you I'm the doctor or professor in lecturing these courses. In titina honor rant one. Don't think I'm saying anything to anybody. Because if I will bite you, I don't make noise. I won't bite anybody. I'm just advising you. You, the followers of all sorts of platforms and the gossip, when you go to, you lie. So calling your energy is easy. You see what you are going through? I'm just giving you wisdom. Your life is yours. You are in control of whatever happens to you. You decide to open yourself up or you protect yourself. It's all a choice. Choices are free, but the consequences is never free. I send you love. Wherever you are, I send you peace, I send you joy, and I send you strength. I believe you, I do not belittle you. I believe you, I believe you, I believe you. I do not belittle you. Shalom. Peace.